Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm gonna quickly check that it's up and running. Otherwise, I am not gonna do okay. Okay, I'm live. Okay, sweet. Now I just gotta go to. Okay, there. Let's see if this will show me it or if I have to join it personally. Hold on. Dismiss. Make that. Okay. Welcome to the Stanley Parable Deluxe. Ultra Deluxe, I should say. If you're not new, this game was redid in maybe 2022. Right now it says it's Stanley Parable 2 because I was playing yesterday and did a lot, found a lot. I might be able to go back and do it again, but we'll see. So let's just start and see how well this stream goes. I'm gonna oh, okay, yeah. Quit the game and then start it again. I forgot. Okay. So basically this is a game about a narrator. You're Stanley, or I should say I'm Stanley in the game. There's a narrator who basically does this. Hold on. Let's see if he does it. Oh. He doesn't.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers.
Oh.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
So, if you don't know, there are many people who maybe played this game. I do not know. I've seen one, but basically if you play a lot, there will be special content, which I have done twice. One from just the game, and one that the narrator did. So I'm just gonna keep going and see what happens. Also, if I have to change my mic, please let me know, because I can always turn things down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Memory zone. Oh. Okay, I never got a good look at this. 2014. Parable. 2014. This is like some old game pictures. Can I open that? No. Yeah, this is when it was first launched on Steam, I think. No, this is not Steam, it's somewhere else, but 2013 is when it was truly released. Okay. Basement. I love the scary basement.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
So, last game, I found 6 of these things around the map. So, let's see what's over here before I grab those. Oh, I can't even grab those again. Okay. Here's one.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Yeah, I'm just special. Wait, is it still there? What happens if I grab it again? 7 out of 6. I didn't... Okay. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, I kind of have to go this way.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I think it was the boss's bathroom, actually.
Hey, that's exactly right.
Oh.
It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but
Let me
I shouldn't
out.
be surprised.
Okay.
After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I don't like you very much right now. I just want to play the game, but that's fine.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I don't think it did. I don't remember that, but okay. There's some boxes. Whoa. Okay. Okay. I love dark rooms. Okay.
This was the fifth mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
10 out
In
of 6.
fact,
Love that.
because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh! I really hope this isn't copyrighted. Hold on. Music. Let's just turn that to 25. Well, high five. Thanks for watching. You're welcome. By the narrator. Narrator. Starring Stanley. The narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
No,
I
it
spent a
doesn't.
lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes was a long time. Oh. But what if I wanted to go that way? You're no fun. This is why I don't like being bussed around by you.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
So, he always told us to go through the blue door. But, oh, doesn't really matter. Okay. What is this? Are you
And
spying
then
on me?
there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the
That's kinda
future.
trippy, huh?
Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh. Goodbye, memory zone. It was a TV with a...
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's
No.
just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
And if I don't? Hold on. Oh. I just wanna... Cause that's kind of trippy. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. Hey, is the chat working? Hold on. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, it's working. Okay. Fine. You're no fun, narrator. Just wanted to...
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
You want more? Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
No, I don't
Yes, I love that video.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's lovely. Lovely video. Took you 8 minutes.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
This was never in the game, narrator. You're just going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Just a little bit.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if...
Okay.
If there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic
Extreme
joy of
bathrooms.
collecting
Hold
them.
on.
I'm
Can I
very
even read
glad
that?
we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Third of getting ash on tour person. I can't even read that. Okay. Okay. We're going back through this room. What if I went this way? Hold on. What's this way? Oh, just the abyss. Not creepy at all. My hands are so...
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember?
No,
Yes, I
no.
remember it too.
I don't remember
the
it,
past
totally.
is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Keep going. I don't want to keep going. You're so bossy.
This is it. The
Okay.
very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was the Stanley Parable 2, where he's like, oh, I want to, like, make collectibles in Stanley 2, because the Stanley Ultra Deluxe is no fun. Here's the jump circle. Oh, I can't even jump.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Why? Leave the past as its past. Oh,
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
I want to go through the right one. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And
Back in my
before
office.
everything else, there was your office.
Can I just go pressing buttons like I did before?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
The bucket? Where's the bucket?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
For you.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Probably.
Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful
There's
companion,
my office.
even
Love
if he
that
was a
box.
fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be.
Why am
Yes,
I pressing a keyboard
I can be on
like
my
that?
own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll
Please
take care
press
of
J.
myself. I don't need Stanley
Okay.
anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
No.
Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Whoa. So, in the last one, it made me do this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to push buttons.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So, yeah, in the last one, he asked for my opinion about balloons, and he did the opposite of my opinion, so... Oh, it's my bucket. Hold on. It's my bucket, guys.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
My favorite bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What if I don't want to go to the left? What if I want to go to the right? I want to go to the right. I don't care.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Oh. Hi, welcome to the stream, to the other people.
No,
Oh.
never mind. The bucket was wrong.
He
Stanley
sounds
took
so
the door on his
sad.
left to go back to the meeting room.
He sounded so sad. He's like, oh, the bucket was wrong.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
What if I do that? I don't want to go. I don't want to go see my boss.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because
Where's
that's
Dawn
what
going?
fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one
let
who
a
gave you the
baby
bucket,
die.
but you're spending too much time with it. Don't
That's
you want
my
another
make-believe
story
life.
involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes,
Oh.
that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay. I don't like this.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Hold on, I gotta turn that up because I love this music. Hold on. Amazing music. Yeah.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh.
Yes, it's as classic
No.
now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content
Oh.
exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Give something up? Okay. I'll give away the bucket. Just wanted to see what would happen if I came down with my bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No. Oh.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No, I can't.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
What if I don't want to get rid of the bucket? I don't want to. I won't.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh! I think I died. Hey, I think that's the Destroyer.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
Bye.
Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were...
magnificent! Whoa! I don't feel sorry. I don't. White screen. Go away. Thank you. Oh. So, what if I don't want to leave my office? Fine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't miss a memo. Hey, I want to grab the bucket again. He was my friend. Oh. I won't take the bucket with me. I want to drive the narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I want to? Nah. Nah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
To admire. Okay.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Gorgeous,
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Hold on. I love money, I think. Number 1 dad. Yes, number 1 dad.
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
What if I just stay here for a little longer? Will you get mad, narrator? Hold on. I want to grab a piece of paper.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Rude! This is not why everyone left. I'm not the reason. I just like pressing buttons. I'm sorry.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Hey, narrator, you're still doing dialogue. I don't know what you're talking about. Fine. Let's do one more. Okay, fine. I'll leave. You're no fun.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hey, they love... Hold on. That's a lot of money. What if I just jumped off?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Nope.
There's someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Okay.
Look, let me prove it.
No.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I won't give you a chance. Wait. No buckets past this point? Huh. Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door. Last time I went through the blue door, so I'll go through the red.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
No.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Us?
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh. Black. I like the black abyss. Huh?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What is it?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Too bad.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I'm going somewhere else.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What do you not want me to see, narrator? Are you hiding something?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm gonna take it from you, alright?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Bye.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I want to, go back to the main.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yeah.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yep.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
I'm sorry. Okay, fine.
I just wanted us to get along.
Fine.
Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Fine. You asked so nicely. There. You happy?
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
So, wait. So he wanted me to fall off again. Fine. I'm gonna go tease you some more. Why can't I see my feet? Okay. Time to go back up the stairs. Kinda wish there was a door up there, but it's okay. Let's see what he'll say. It was just a tease. Narrator, you okay? Are you depressed? I can fix that so you can annoy me. I think you're not okay. So I'm just gonna...
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yeah, you're going back. Do you remember everything?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
He
to go
didn't
to the
like
meeting
that.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, I missed a memo. I want to find that line. I like pressing buttons. Hold on. I hate Mondays. Yeah. Relatable.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Fine.
doors,
Fine,
he
fine,
entered the door on his left.
With a leaf. Why do we have a picture of a leaf? Is it because there's water on it? Huh.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Monday,
Feeling a wave
weekly.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This box is too small. Termination Tuesday. Office official. Legal. What are we doing? Something illegal. IT debt. We're broke Wednesday. Financial meeting. Boss inspection. Mergers. Ideas. Weekly review. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Why do we need a whiteboard manager? I kind of want to find a marker. Tomorrow. No. Okay. Who moved my desk? That was me. Please keep the targets on the topic of... Oh, sorry. Teenagers. Lot of space between the teenagers. Yes. I like the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Let's see what happens for a few moments. Will he get mad that I stay in the broom closet?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Why not? What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing
Maybe
anything.
I wanted to
At
clean.
least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I mean, I'm not just standing here. I'm playing with the tape now. Or I'm trying to. Can I mop the floors? It's kind of disgusting in here.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I want to. Is that a good explanation? Then
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
never thought of to mention it. Okay. Maybe you should mention it next time.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh. You want my friends to find this concerning? Okay.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh my god.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money.
Oh my god.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? No, fine. You do not have to rat me out. No.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm dead.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Wow.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone
Hold
nearby
on.
so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Decompose?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be...
Hold on. I think that's too loud because it's going through my mic.
Nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Okay, there.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. It's a nice office. Hold on. Hi, bathroom. They need to clean your mirrors, I'm sorry. Okay. What's in here? Wait, why? Business strategy? That's not, wait, do I want to go up? I want to go down. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I want to go down. I don't even think it's moving. Oh, and the narrator's singing? No more singing for you, narrator. I don't like it. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Just let me play the
Shocked,
piano.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held
Me.
from him?
I did it.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
3,
And so the boss had
5,
assigned
7.
it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
2845?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What if I don't put it in? What if I just keep doing it?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh wait, 2854? Oh,
2845.
2854. Yeah? Is that my boss? Hold on, is that my boss? I'm the most expensive boss.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You got a little impatient. Okay. Let's go downstairs. Why not? Whee! The most impressive. Hold on, I need to pause that real quick. Oh. Pause it real quick so I can see chat better.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Oh.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
It broke? What if I just go back upstairs? Let me go back upstairs.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Is there something? Yes, I came back for a reason. Totally. Hi. 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 Let's just leave.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Wow, that was just rude. Fine, I'll go back downstairs and then I'll come back up. See what you think. Fine.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Hold on.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
It's killing you? Whoa! Okay. Fine. This is my last time and then I won't go back up, narrator. I swear. I just gotta make sure there was no moving objects. Because you do know ghosts exist, right?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
I broke him. I just broke him.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
I broke him. That was fun breaking him. This show is very entertaining. Narrator, you should keep going.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay, let's go back downstairs. And if I go back upstairs, what will you do? Are you just going to take the button?
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Yes. And I will do it again just to drive you up the wall, narrator. Hold on. Okay. Time to go back up. See what you say. He absolutely said nothing.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Oh.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
Oh?
Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
That's too slow.
There we go.
No.
Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
Oh?
But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters. Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley.
No, it's
What
not.
you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the
What's
one who
there?
took this bold step of revisiting the exact
let me
same
in there.
locations over and
That's
over.
cool.
Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want
Are we gonna stop
stories
there?
that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to
Narrator, you
think.
should let me go there.
I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
Let me
We're
go there.
being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all
Hey,
know
it's a
it,
red van.
which is why we're so starved for
Hey, I know
content
what this
that makes
is.
us feel sharp
No,
and
actually, never
vital
mind.
and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
Oh,
Which
they
is
look
why...
up to me.
Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
I can
Yes,
do that
I know
already.
you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They
I got
really look up
stalkers?
to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the
that.
impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, we're here. That's different. That's...
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
the story. Hold on. Live, the guy who went to Mars. How we did it. The pyramids. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. Live on stage. Oh my gosh. It's me. I'm famous. Oh. I can't go.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
World's first scientist machine. An evening with World Peace Baby. Oh. I love that. World Peace Baby?
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart.
Wait, I have a...
I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Wait,
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
wait, I gotta read all this. Story. Stanley, me... Did that say dad, age 6? Okay. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ, from my boss. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Okay. My true love for you gives every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. I don't have a wife. The dude who came up with pizza. Sweet. Oh. Okay. Oh! I got sand. Right? Hold on. I gotta give a best. Whoa! That's kind of loud. Hold on. Hi guys! It's me! Stanley! Oh. That's not nice. I was gonna give my press conference.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
I
mean?
don't like
Stanley
you. I was gonna
decided to
give
go
my
to the meeting room.
speech.
Perhaps he had
Fine,
simply missed a
fine,
memo.
Fine. Okay. What if I took my bucket there? Would he comfort me? Would he? Oh, wait. Input, receive. Thank you. Huh. Oh. We're moving sideways. It's okay. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, right. The same one. Same. Kamada. Same thing, right? Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I had to fix something. Okay. Go to the left. I actually listened for once. Are you proud of me, narrator?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get fired.
In a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. I'm not going to even ask you, narrator, what the question is.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Calming. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, I'm relaxed. Now let me in.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, I didn't like that it got all dark. That was kind of creepy. Let's not play with his mind this time. Let's listen. That's boring though. I don't want to listen. I'm not a good listener. Oh, it broke. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Is that better?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the lawn.
What if I just went here? Let's turn that down to 75. I like the narrator, so 75 as well.
Door that read Mind Control Facility.
Can I escape? Oh, I'm not going the right way. Button.
The lights rose on an enormous
Wait,
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't. I seriously don't have the strength. Oh. I guess I kind of have to. Can I press buttons and buttons? Ooh, it's a button. Oh! Fired. Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Oh.
The lives of so
Why do they get... Hey, what is that?
on a screen, and Stanley, one of
Why is the carpet red?
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Employee 5112? Why is the carpet red? Why are the carpets red? Well, there's a glitch obviously right there. That must be me. No. Hold on. Was it 427? I see my office. Okay. Sorry. Fine. I want to go up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
No.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe. Okay, fine.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Wee woo, wee woo.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Wee
Was it
woo.
even possible?
Yeah, it was.
Spent his entire life utterly blind.
I
to
wasn't
the
blind.
world.
I wasn't blind.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking,
Why is
eating,
there...
working.
Okay, like...
All of it
1,
monitored and commanded from this
2.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
why is
would
there
never
numbers?
again
Wait, hold on.
exert its terrible power over
What if...
another human life.
What if I...
For he
Huh?
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's numbers. Hold on. What if I go and... Hold on. 1, 2. Hold on. 1, 2. 3. Hey, is there one down here? No, I think I saw one over here. Hold on. Or was I seeing things? Where's 4? 4 is up there. What if... How do you get over there? Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn it on. Oh, what is this room? Hi, mind control.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
No.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
They kept you enslaved all these years. You tried to take control of the machine for yourself.
Yeah.
What you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
No.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For
I
example,
do.
and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, no.
This machine is activated without proper DNA identification. Nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where
3?
to start.
Where's 3? I forgot where 3 is.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Mm-hmm.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was
I gotta
merely
press the
in this instance
3
of the
button
story.
again.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
I want to press
You
the
know
big
what?
button.
To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Yeah.
Won? Sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
I mean,
But
press...
here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. to see you.
Oh, wait, hold on.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take
No.
a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I
What
won't
if I hide?
at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
I don't think hiding worked.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I don't like you. No, no.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I have to go to the meeting room again? No, thanks. You literally just said, hey, you're gonna die. What if I take the bucket there?
A strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
We're
Stanley
gonna...
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bucket will help me through him. I swear, he's gonna give me some advice.
No one was here.
I don't care.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that knew all along?
Yes, it was sheer luck.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It's not. I'm gonna destroy you, narrator. I'm not going to open the door. I'm going to do exactly what I did last time and try to escape you, you maniac.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket
I'm
is
gonna be
here,
all right?
Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh, hello, Red Rocks.
Stanley and the
Oh.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Last time I went down the escape route, which was yesterday, I died with the bucket. So, what happens if I go this way with the bucket? Bucket, give me some ideas.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket.
Why are some of them just like crooked? Hold on. Is there anything on those? Oh. Okay.
The monitors
Oh,
jumped,
there are things
and
on there.
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very quickly burst into tears. Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yes, everything will be okay, my little bucket. Nothing will
Was
happen.
the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Not what to do.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
In my feeble mind, okay.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Yes, I can't trust anyone but the bucket, guys. I'm
But here
sorry.
was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
It will.
another human life. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Oh,
Stanley
why is it?
gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
birds. Flamingos.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind control is
Hey,
only a facade
it's a
to
swan.
disguise its true intentions.
Caw-caw.
And this all along, Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards
It's owls.
this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest
Hey, it's
of
a
their
duck.
lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Of
no.
all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best,
No, it wasn't.
and Stanley was happy.
No, it wasn't. Let me what? Go. Let me leave. Huh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Um.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where am I?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
No, I didn't.
Perhaps
I'm
he
sorry.
had to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I gotta
The lounge
admire.
was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Darker.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm. Wait. Oh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Yes, we did.
on foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. all this
Oh my
time.
gosh.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Who?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Huh?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? I don't think there is a her.
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Oh.
She's been waiting.
Oh. No, I don't want to answer it. Can I unplug it?
No,
Oh.
no, you can't. That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Oh.
No, it's definitely here.
Can I plug it back in?
Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
A incorrect?
Impossible.
What?
These decisions were supposed to mean anything.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
What? Hmm?
Have I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe.
Am I a real person? Huh?
This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have
Maybe I did.
Real-world decision-making, or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
What?
Please observe this helpful...
No, I don't want to watch it. No, I don't.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also
That's rude.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named
Rupert.
has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Oh.
Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make?
Forget how to read.
That
Yep.
unlike here, the real
Actually, no, I
person
really like
and at
books,
no
so
time
I'll
should
pass
you
on
make a
that.
choice that does not conform to rational logic.
Oh my, equals fish. I didn't know that.
Person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Not real.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking.
Oh.
Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Huh. No.
Excellent. Practice on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Can I pause it? The sequel.
Medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
8 choices?
You make more than 8, less, and finally, if you begin to wonder if your
More.
choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay. Oh.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what
Cop.
the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Can I plug it back in? I don't want to really listen to you. Okay. What? Why did you board it off? I don't want to go. Can I not go? Oh.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful,
Wait.
we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine
Why
a
not?
character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
It would make no sense. It would make sense.
Before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
With reality, okay. I love reality. Okay. Can I send?
First there, you'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay. What if I don't wanna do the correct ending? What if I just wanna stay here? That's not nice. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I will go through the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Okay. Why is my phone going off every moment? Okay. Oh. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Wait, there's a red door.
You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What do you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now.
No, it's not.
What am I supposed to do? Even
Oh.
if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
No, it wouldn't.
My story is now incorrect. How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. Oh, I couldn't live that way.
Is it better to shut the game down?
No.
To completely destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Don't turn it off.
Do I? No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Rude. Don't.
I have to.
No, you don't. I don't appreciate you, narrator. I really don't. Oh. Oh. Oh.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Wow.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
I'm sorry.
There's everything in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Maybe you shouldn't open the
Did you
right
think that would
door.
be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see.
Uh-huh.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Whoa.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
No.
That there's a world outside of you?
Nah.
You're a child.
Thank you.
Oh, my story.
Your story. It's a
If
shame.
you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Oh.
It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I'm going to turn this up. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. I'll open the door. Okay. You happy, narrator?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
No.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Might. Fine. Why?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
He wants me to follow the storyline. Dang. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all
okay.
probability, he knew the passcode.
I
He
don't.
had seen it on his boss's computer
I
just
did?
last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would
Do I have
draw
to
from
scream it?
glimpse of the courage to face the unknown. He drew a short breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. No? Okay. Night Shark 115. Do I have to press you? Come on. Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Is that good enough?
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yes.
You didn't mishear me, did
I
you?
did.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Okay. Night Shark 115. I'm saying it right now.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the heck you wanted
Whoa.
over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Whoa, not a nice term, sir.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Go left.
Stanley? Hello?
Oh,
Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
that's me. Oh, let's see my face.
Choice.
I need you to walk through
My
the
face
door.
is so weird.
Are you listening to me?
No.
Can you hear me?
Uh-uh.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Mm-mm.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
No, I can't.
You there? Are you listening to this?
Mm-mm.
Stanley there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
What if I never moved? What would happen? Oh. It's never the end. It's never the end. Okay.
Even now, Stanley's office was a
Oh.
distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Okay. Why is everything saying it's never the end? I feel like I should take my bucket with me. No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to admire it.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Oh.
Then the feeling went away, but eager to get back to business, he took the first open door on his left.
Yes, I'm actually going to take the first open door.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm not going back on track. You know that.
But Stanley didn't want to go into the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
He doesn't know where I'm going.
Here it's, left.
You sure?
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
So
It's
you
clearly-
always wanted us to the
Hold
right.
on for a minute, please.
No. Okay. I'm waiting.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh. Hey, can I get in? Can I run away? Oh, man. Hey, it's another red light. Oh!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a
Yet?
spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay, closing my eyes.
We
Hold on.
We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's
Fired.
all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Numbers.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Hey, the bucket's gone. Why is the bucket gone? My bucket. Maybe I wanted to hold it. It's not kind. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait.
Oh.
What? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I don't know.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. I'm the one who wrote the story. was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Oh, we gotta find the story? Okay. It's a plant. It's a clock. I don't want to go. This is tripping me out. Huh? Okay. Let's go this way. No.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find
no.
it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
That was weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I want to turn off the computer.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
My bucket's still gone. Narrator, bring it back. I'm so... Okay, hold on. Surname, access. So my name's surname? Okay. No, my name's access. Okay.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this
I want to
wrong.
sit down.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story.
Hey, it's all
Here
shut.
it comes.
Okay. Let's do this.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Now
this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
let's
I
go
don't
back
think
out.
so.
Let's go back
I
out.
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Oh, yay. I
know
win.
You put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
I'm gonna go back the way I came.
Oh, no. I
Oh.
don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yes, it was.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh.
All right. I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. What if I missed something? Like this computer. What if it had like a start code or something like that? Where am I going? Okay. I want to turn off all the computers first. Okay. Okay.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny?
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey?
How am I gonna
such
go on the
that a
ceiling?
destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the
No.
mood.
It's going on the ceiling. Zigzag. Hold on. I gotta follow it. Da 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 ba ba na 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 na. Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. Which way do I go? Okay, I gotta go this way now.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No thanks.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Nah. Oh.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... No, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart? No. Okay. Fine.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
No, we're not.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
But why not the other direction? Fine.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Me and Stanley forging a new path.
Yes, this
a
is
new story.
exciting.
It could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Unicorns and ponies.
Use your imagination.
Unicorns and
Whatever it
ponies.
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Why not unicorns and ponies?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Fine.
Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm sorry. Darn it. Okay. I want to be unicorns and
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Squander it.
But I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go,
I'll pace.
there
How
must
about that?
be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
I don't know, does
And
it?
since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
What if I want to go on the
Another
left?
victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Well, let me go on the left. Oh. Narrator.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
This thing,
Wall.
yes.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
Because
really-
I said so.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do
Why
it.
not?
And the timer stopped?
No.
Does that mean, did we do it?
No.
Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
It's lonely.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
No.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
No.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Whoa. So...
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Sweet. Yeah, I can make it through them all. Hey, my bucket's back. That was fun. Do I want to take my bucket with me? Nah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I kind of want to see if we went to the escape. Okay, we're just going to ignore this.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep, I know.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I want to go downstairs. Where the red light is. Ooh. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Why
He
not?
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Wait,
And
what?
in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I am.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
It did. They didn't
As
like
Stanley
me.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him?
Good
wherever he
question.
went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
11, 12.
repeating?
AB.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! This is all a dream.
Am I dreaming?
Oh,
Let me just pinch myself real quick.
Stanley felt
Ow.
to have finally found
No,
an
I'm not
answer,
dreaming.
An explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying, guys.
Then he
I'm gonna be a
imagined
unicorn.
himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so
my
much
gosh.
fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then
Stars.
perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed
Oh.
he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
Exactly.
everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that of course,
69HZ27C.
how could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove
I'm
that
going
he was
crazy.
in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
No.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I am not normal.
Everything will be fine.
That's an understatement.
I am okay.
I'm not okay. Nope. Huh? I'm not awake.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Oh, no.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk
I mean, I was
interrupted
dreaming.
by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Yes, I'm
And
crazy.
in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
You're not
I
normal.
am sane. I am in control of my mind.
You are not.
I know what is real and what isn't.
Oh.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had
No,
scheduled for
do
that
not.
day.
Do not.
Very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
You're not gonna help me? That's brutal. Brutal. Okay. Fair.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna admire it.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Yeah.
I mean, truly, deeply, madly love. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't want to hear you, narrator, and I'm not going back to my boss. He already...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes. What if I fell? Is that an ending? Hold on. What if I fell? Oh my gosh.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
No. Oh no.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay. So, I'm gonna find that room, And, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Let's turn this back up.
And
There.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire. Okay.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Yeah, I'm human, guys. Come on. Can I buy this?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Okay, let's answer the phone this time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
I won't
here.
fall this time, I swear.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What?
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
You're asking for her? Aw.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Fine.
She's been waiting.
Oh, wait, what? I won't.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
No, I
To
won't.
reach out.
Fine. I'll reach out to her. Hey, that's my house.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on,
Is
sweetie.
that my
Sorry to
wife?
keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
That's
They
rude.
want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That's my wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I don't want to press it. Do I have to press it?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh gosh.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
Whoa.
to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
I don't want it.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I did not choose this life.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
That's dark.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one
Wait.
day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his
that's my
co-workers,
bed.
his boss, everyone in the building
Can you
had
make me
suddenly
something?
vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Jay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
Yeah,
At last,
I have a choice.
choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
You
he
better not
began to
leave
fill
me,
it with many
wife.
possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Wait, there's a place with a baby?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, wife, I love you.
But there is no answer. How
My
could there
wife left.
possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is
Hold on.
pushing the same
I hate
buttons he
Mondays.
always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Fine.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer.
What?
That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
No, I'm
But
not.
he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Z. Pressing everything else but J. Fine.
You see? Can he just not
Oh.
hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him
Oh.
to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press Y to question nothing. Oh, I'm questioning.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. Not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again,
Oh.
and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Yeah.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
I don't play with stuff over here.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That's funny. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna grab the bucket. I'm just not gonna turn off the computers.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
What if I want
Perhaps
an
he wanted to
event?
stop by the employee
There is a
lounge
vent.
first, just to admire it.
I'm not gonna.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, but eager
What
to
a
get
room.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
It's
left.
a very good room. I understand why I go there now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There's a platform right here. Huh? Oh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten.
It was a.
You didn't think I was
Oh.
actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording?
Yeah, you're a tape.
It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
It's not my fault. Oh. It wasn't my fault.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
I
it
don't-
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't miss a memo. You did. Hey, I know. Wait, what? Huh?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
That's
knew it
weird.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
to
admire it.
it.
It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There's a little platform I've been missing where there's 2 red doors.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
remember
it's
what that-
incredible he wasn't
Did we
5
go
years
through the
ago.
red door? Yeah, we went through the red door.
Look,
but we
Stanley,
never
I
went
think perhaps
through
we've gotten off on the wrong
Get
foot
rid of
here.
shut your mouth.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust
Okay,
in someone
ready?
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
3,
story has
2,
been
1.
about nothing but you. Really?
Uh-huh.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others?
I know.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door. Okay.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the
Red door. Okay. You just let me do it?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh, it's a platform.
You see? There's nothing here.
Aww.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first
Yes,
place.
I was.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire
Yeah,
story I
it
had written
was.
out specifically for you?
Uh-huh.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
You
And in
did.
the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yeah.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
do I enjoy this? No, because the narrator sucks. Wait, it's... Should I just say 5 to be kind? Fine.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Well, Let's go to the third door. See what he made.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Wait,
Again,
there's a leaderboard?
honest answers, please.
There's a leaderboard? No, because I didn't see the leaderboard.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Uh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
4
so why
hours?
don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
That's an annoying sound. Hold on. That's a very annoying sound. Why would I want to press that? Yeah, I'm just gonna let the baby die. That's just an annoying sound. I'm sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard.
Oh!
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Huh?
Aha! Fascinating.
Oh,
What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
look out.
What's
There's
our
a
backstory?
raccoon.
What is our motivation?
Wyoming?
Well, it seems obvious
Supplies
to
for
me that you are
2-4.
meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
You love it?
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I love how it says Wyoming and then it says Alaska right here. Let me turn off the light. What's over here? Okay. Looks like trees and mountains. Okay. Okay.
Oh, no, it can't be.
What do you mean? It can't be.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in
Isn't
mind.
this Rocket League?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could
Hey,
get
there's
lost
that.
here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'm gonna escape
Okay,
the
so what
game.
exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Why?
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh! Hey, I could speed up. Wee. Yeah, get in. No, you're going the wrong way. You're supposed to go. Okay. Come on. Wee. Oh.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Huh?
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
No.
Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
What? Whoa. No thanks. You just gonna let me play with... Okay. Wee.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
No, I'm not.
Are you having fun?
They're just going
Is
in
this
the...
a real video game?
the pits.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because
Yeah,
guess
this is
what?
Rocket
It's
League.
over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Oh,
This
why?
is my game, and what I say goes.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
get to have
Oh.
fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you
Ooh,
need
that's
someone
fine.
like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries,
You're
video
not my
games
parent.
are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And
No,
since
you're
you
not.
decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
That's not kind, but okay.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh,
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
oh,
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
oh, okay. Work in progress. Okay. Is there anything? Oh, I fell down again. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Not creepy at all. 4, 2, 3. Oh, there's a lake down here. Oh, there's computers. Let me in. Okay, let's just follow the one light. There's Uno light. 427. Oh. I don't like this game. I want to come back. Narrator.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
You can wait. Oh, it's never the end. It's never. I'm running out of ideas, narrator. Fine, I'm taking my bucket with me.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where
there's
he'd
a broom
find
closet.
answers.
Can I put this in?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Wait,
If
what?
I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
But what if I want to return it? It's not our bucket. Fine, enough fun.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't wanna. What if I take the bucket to the... I'm taking the bucket to the elevator. Hold on. Okay. I don't wanna go. Stand there. Okay. I'm just playing with the buttons.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yes, I
Was
am
it
very
the
good at...
bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It's not. What if I start playing the game with the bucket? The up and down game. Because if I go to the escape, I die with the bucket. I think. We can always do another playthrough of me going up and down the elevator with the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No, we want it.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Hey, look. It's red light. I don't want to believe the narrator. Oh. Oh. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh. I didn't die. He lied.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Okay, let's try reading all this. Welcome you to the Grand Exhibit. You are standing at a precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a carnivorous void. But through the use of the expander in front of you, the mind becomes full of knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only truth knowledge we really have. Not need. Will you take what you learned here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind that may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Whoa. Okay.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Okay. Why didn't I get the stress bucket? That would have been useful. Oh!
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
But I don't want to kneel.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off.
He said don't, so I did.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, look, my bucket's okay. See? Wasn't that hard? He said not to, so he did. Wait, I was gonna try something, wasn't I? Okay, let's take the
The
bucket.
bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both a...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here.
Don't get
Stanley
fired.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
So
office.
let's go up and down that elevator and see what happens.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by... But Stanley guessed the correct code
Crushed.
by sheer luck.
Yes, I got
Was it
crushed.
that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So last time we came, Okay, let's go up and down the elevator and see if that changes. I'm not even gonna it made me turn around. No.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Wait. Press the number 3 again? Is that a way of it saying, hey, go press the 3? Hold on.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
It's not satisfying. Stanley, it's not satisfying like you think it is. go back downstairs.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Okay. So now that...
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Of course the bucket said nothing. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Fine. Let's see. Let's go past the number 3 to make Stanley happy.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I don't think so. It's just a bucket. No.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Okay.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Stage 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
All the things say 3. Oh, those don't say 3. Y'all.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure.
Oh.
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
They don't understand my obsession for number 3. They never will. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I really do. That's gonna be all for today. I recorded for, no, I went live for 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's a lot.